Now then, welcome to the channel, the Lake District and Great Langdale. Now the intention this morning was to park up here at Old Dungeon Gill. Got there at 10 to 9 and it's full. No great hardship, we've managed to get a space down there at Rossett Bridge. Got the last space there as well. So today we're going to go up Bowfell, but that's not the main objective of the day. We're going to go past that and to two Birketts called Pike de Bield and something like Yeasty Rig Crags, I think, something like that. So to get up Bowfell, Charlie and myself have both done that before, but we've never been up the Climbers Traverse, so we're going to have a look at that, see what that's like. And as we plod our way through this meadow, we'll have a look at the route. So that field we just passed through back there, they've opened it up as an overflow car park. They did the same last time we came here and Dungeon Gill were full. We went right back down to New Dungeon Gill, and when we got back at End at Walk, they'd opened that car park up. I said to the bloke who was opening gates, I wish he'd opened it about a quarter of an hour early. He just grunted at me. Anyway, we're parking for now anyway, which is always good. It's a glorious day. I'll just put you onto other camera and show you where we're going. So we follow this farm road to Stool End Farm, and then we're going to go up here, which is the Band, and I think Climbers Traverse goes somewhere along here. I'm not quite sure, I've never been up it before. But then Bowfell, and other side of Bowfell to pick these two Birketts up, and then we're going to come down here by Rossett Beck, and then the trudge back down Mickleden, which, especially if you've been for a big walk in the hills, it just seems to go on forever, does it? Right, we'll get ourselves up to Stool End Farm. So as we're heading up the farm road, I mean the views at the top of Langdale, even when you're just down in the valley, are absolutely stunning. That's Pike just to the left of this tree, and then to the right of it, just disappearing behind it now, that's a Birkett, and I always forget its name. I can never remember what that's called. Once we get past this tree, and then we see the Crinkles, and then the Band, which that's a Birkett as well. I think the summit of it is called White Stones. And then there's Bowfell, then Rossett Pike, and there's a couple of other Birketts. Is it Black Crag and Buck Pike or something, or something like that? I think it's Black Crag and Buck Pike. And then round here to Pike Stickle. I think you can make out Loft Crag and Harrison Stickle, and back down Langdale and Side Pike over there. Right, stunning. So we'll carry on up here to Stool End Farm. So we've branched off the path that goes up the valley down there, and we're starting to head up the band. Look at that view already, looking down Great Langdale. Stunning day. Right, upwards. Well, so far we're having a nightmare. Charlie is absolutely petrified. I've had to put him on his lead, otherwise he'd be off. There's a couple of jets around. One of them's just flown right down Mickleden, and the other one's just come right over our heads. He's absolutely terrified. I'm in two minds as to whether to go back, because when he's like this, he won't do anything. It's hot, he won't drink, he won't eat, he won't do anything. Hopefully that's the last of them. I can still hear them. Right, we'll continue up here. Well, hopefully that's last of the jets. I've let Charlie off now. Having said that, I can hear one behind us again. Charlie, come, good boy. So we're just contouring round the lower slopes of the band now. The summit, Whitestones, is up that way. We're not going that way. We've both done it before that. And as you could see, that last clip, we've got lovely views over to the Crinkles now. Glorious day, and there's Pike Blisco over there, and Cold Pike, which I keep calling Cold Fell. Oh. Right, we'll continue up here. Just past a team down there doing footpath repairs. All volunteers, apart from a couple of leaders. I think it was, is it British Mountaineering Council? I've never seen them out doing footpath repairs before. If I can find a link, I'll leave it in description. You can have a look at the work that they do. I don't know if they've got any kind of donation link or anything like that. I've just put a bit of cash in the collection box there. Yeah, they do a great job. Oh, right, we'll continue climbing up the side slopes of the band. Come. This way, Charlie. So we've branched off the main path that goes up to the col between the Crinkles and Bowfell and 3 Tarns, and we're on this fainter path that I'm hoping takes us up towards the Climbers Traverse. Oh, the views. Hang on, just look at this. Look at that over to the Langdales. Stunning, isn't it? Right, so we're making our way up there. Right, upwards. Well, it's quite a good pitched path coming up here. I wasn't expecting it to be like this. Oh, but it's steep. I don't think we're far away from where the climber's traverse starts. So before we actually get onto that, we're going to stop for coffee and a chew, I think. Upwards. So that's the great slab in front of us. And that's looking back down Mickleden and beyond. Stunning views. Stunning. So we've got to scramble our way up here and we're almost at the top, I think. Right, up we go. So that's us at the top of the Great Slab. Can you see it? We've just come up kind of this gully here, up there. Great route that, loved that, really enjoyed it. Yeah, nobody else on it neither. So we've just got to get over Bowfell. I'm not even sure if we'll go right to the top, because I've done it twice. Charlie's done it before. And it's a bit bouldery and rubbish up there and it'll be heaving. So we might just drop down below the summit and head over towards Pike to Bield. Right, on we go. So the summit of Bowfell is just there. We're not going to bother. There's loads of people up there. It's a boulder field. Well, it is here as well. So we're just going to drop down in the general direction of Ore Gap, which will be our return route down there to Angle Tarn. But we're going to branch off over to Pike to Bield and have some lunch round about there, I think. Right, down we go. So as we're dropping down from Bowfell now, I think these I think they might be our objectives of the day. And behind them you can see the Scarfells. That in the middle now over there, that's Pike, and down to Allen Crags over that way. And then the other side of the Scarfells is Slight Side. Yeah, I think this kind of tongue going down the middle, I think that's where we're heading. Right, so we'll get off over there. So we've arrived in Ore Gap, and our return route will be down there, down to Tarn. But now, this path we're on now, this takes you up to Pike. We're not going up there, we're going to branch off over here, which looks as if it's pathless, over towards Pike to Bield. When we get over there, we're going to have some lunch. Well, here we are, top of Pike to Bield, and we picked up a bit of a path just before we got to some. It looked like it were coming down from Pike, so that might be a way to come up here to Pike, and there is a bit of a path down there as well. But we got up here, and I just said to Charlie, just wow. I mean, what can you say about that? Just absolutely stunning, isn't it? Scarfell Pike, Simmons Knot, Scarfell, Slight Side. I think that'd be, if we go right round here, I think that there'll be Great End, and this nearer to us here is Pike. Looking over to, hang on, let me go right round. I might as well give you the full spin round. There's Bowfell, where we've just been, and the Crinkles. And this one down here is Harterfell in the far distance. I'm not sure about there, but other side of Eskdale, aren't they? I can't remember what they're called. Oh well. Right, so we're going to have some lunch now and just enjoy this scene. Absolutely stunning. Right, lunchtime. So lunch was very pleasant, very relaxed, and we're on Yeastyriggs Crag, or Yeastyriggs Crag, however it's pronounced. We just made the short journey from up there. It's where we had lunch. So now we've got to retrace our steps kind of through this col here, and then back to Ore Gap, from Ore Gap down to Tarn, and then back down by Rossett Beck and Mickleden. And I've had to put Charlie back on his lead again. Blooming jets are out again. Right, so we're going to head back up here and down to Ore Gap. I was thinking, while we were having lunch as well, those hills behind us there that I said I didn't know what they are. It's blooming Coniston Range, isn't it? Fancy not knowing that. Oh, right. Back through this col and then down to Ore Gap. Charlie's off his lead again, but he's not 100% happy. Right, on we go. So we're back on the main path that comes down from Pike into our gap. We followed pretty much a faint trod all the way back from Pike to Bield, and so yeah, there is a bit of a path to follow. It was a bit vague and boggy in places, but there was a bit of a path to follow. Right, so here we are back down in our gap. So now we head down to Tarn, which I think might be a bit busy. So as we descend down towards Tarn, I'll tell you a bit of a story. No, I'm not Max Bygraves all of a sudden either. For those of an age, Bowfell was the scene of my worst ever navigational cock-up. Oh, it was absolutely awful. I'd come up this path from Tarn up to our gap, up Bowfell, and the intention was to drop down to 3 tarns, descend from 3 tarns. Well, the visibility was non-existent up on Bowfell, and I was trying to rush because I'd booked a grocery delivery that afternoon, and it was touch and go whether I was going to get back in time for it, so I was rushing. I wasn't paying attention to my GPS, and somehow in the poor visibility on top of Bowfell, I'd actually got turned 360 degrees, and I was descending, and when I eventually did check my GPS, I was almost back to our gap there. Oh no, it was an absolute nightmare. So then I had to go all the way back over Bowfell to get down to 3 tarns and come down that way. Absolute nightmare. Worst navigational error I've ever made. Being stupid, rushing, not paying attention. Yeah, so I managed to get a bit of a signal on the way down to Rank Supermarket and said, don't bother with that delivery, I won't be there. Right, no such issues today. Got a lovely view. This is, hang on, I'll put you on the other camera. So over there we're looking at Allen Crags and Glaramara, and right in the far distance is Blencathra. Then Clough Head, the Dodds, which, as you all know, I can never remember what order they come in. Then Helvellyn, and I'm not sure about the ridge just down from Helvellyn, but then below that there's Eagle Crag and Sergeant Crag, and up here to High Raise. Oh, what's that one you can just see sticking up to the right of High Raise? I can't remember that one neither. Oh dear. And then the Langdales. Right, and you just see first bit of Tarn sticking out down there. Right, so we'll make our way down. You can see it's busy down there. So that's that ridge kind of below the Helvellyn ridge earlier that I said I couldn't remember the names. It'll be the central. Oops. It'll be the central fells. It'll be the high point. It'll be Old Scarf, and then dropping down to, you can see High Seat as well. Yeah, we were there not so long back. I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this one. And that one over there that I said I couldn't remember, I still can't. But that one, that was in a video where I introduced a bit of navigation, and it was one of the hills I used to take a bearing on. I still can't remember its name, but I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this one as well. Right, we're almost back down off this path onto the path that comes down from the col between Allen Crags and Pike and takes you down past Tarn, and we'll be picking that up to follow Rossett back down into Mickleden, and pretty much from Tarn. I'm not really looking forward to it, if I'm honest. I don't like going down that path by Rossett back, and then once you get into Mickleden, it just seems never ending, especially after you've had a long day in the hills. Right, oh, the crowd's down there as well. Right, down we go. Now I've got my grumpy old man head on again. Look at that down there, 2 tents. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now there's 2 principles of wild camping. One is leave no trace, and the other is arrive late and leave early. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and they're pitched. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. Right, that's it with the grumpy old man. Down we go. And a third principle is don't pitch right next to a bloody path neither. Can't be doing with some people. No consideration whatsoever. Anyway, this is one of them annoying sections where we've just come all the way down there and then we've got to go all the way back up here again. Oh, right upwards. Well, that's a great view looking down Mickleden, isn't it? Unfortunately, looking down Mickleden is a far more pleasurable experience than walking down it. I'm going to be glad to get back to the car from here now. Ugh. Right, down we go. Oh well, we're down at the bottom of that steep path. Can you see where we've come from? Right up there is Rossett Pike. That's a steep path coming down there. Tough on the old knees. Oh right, and it's like an oven down here as well, so I'm going to get Charlie into stream. Get him nice and wet, cool him down. Right, downwards. Well, that's Charlie cooled down, and I don't know if it picked him up on here, but there were 3 herdies stood on one at Moraines over there. They were looking at him as if to say, "What on earth are you doing, you stupid creature?" They were giving him a right look. And just in case you don't know that, these moraines, you see these humps in the valley, bottom of the valley. There's a few further down as well there. Moraines, and they're deposits that were left behind by the glaciers. Right, so GPS says it's 1.75 miles, plus we've got that extra half mile because we parked at Rossett Bridge. But believe me, this trudge down here will feel a lot longer than that. Right, on we go. Well, we're trudging our way down Mickleden, so I'm going to sign off. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. That's Climbers Traverse route up to Bowfell. I mean, there's a big drop on your right hand side, and the path's a bit narrow in places, but it's all right. It's a good route. The scramble up by Great Slab, that's got a couple of tricky bits in it, but you know, it's nothing too major. So no, it's a good route, is that. And then the views when we got over to Pike to Bield, looking over to the Scafell range, absolutely stunning. A bit similar to when we did those 2 Birketts when we branched off below Crinkles. I can't remember what their name was, but again we had nice peace and quiet and stunning views. So yeah, it's been all right, apart from coming down from up there. Yeah, this last bit I've been up this way once, and I think this is 3rd time I've been down it. It's not my favourite route in the lakes. But we've had lovely weather. It's been great. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do the usual: the liking, subscribing, ringing the notification bell, commenting and sharing, all the usual malarkey. And hopefully see you on the next one. Troll!